There's a famous Dr. Seuss quote that says, "Today you are you, that is truer than true. There is no one alive who is youer than you." And that's all great and everything, right? That's a nice quote. It's a cute quote. Every year on Dr. Seuss's birthday, somebody posted on social media. But what if you don't know who you are? If you don't even know who you are so that you can be you, then you in trouble. I'm just going to keep it real. You are in trouble. So when you don't know who you are, you risk being crushed under other people's ideas and fantasies for your life. That's just what happens. You succumb to who other people say you are because you don't know who you are. So we don't want that for you. So I'm going to break down a few steps that you can take. And there's a lot of things that you can do, but I've got a few steps for you tonight because I don't want to overwhelm you with stuff. A few steps that you can take to discover the youest version of you, right? So the first step, and these steps are very specific to women. Like I said, I can identify with this identity crisis in men because I'm not a man. I can talk about women. So this first step is to put your bags down. Women have a tendency, and I'm saying this in love, we have a tendency to carry emotional baggage from life stage to life stage, relationship to relationship, from thing to thing to thing. We have a tendency to do that, right? And we do that because we expect that this next relationship or the next job or the next thing is going to get rid of these bags. We carry it around because we are waiting for somebody else to help to get rid of that bag for us. That's not their responsibility. It's not somebody else's responsibilities to help you get rid of the issues that are holding you back. It's your responsibility. Now, I know some of you are thinking,
but Mo, you just don't know what so-and-so did to me. You don't know how they cheated on me. You don't know how they did me wrong. You don't know.
There is a difference between something being somebody's fault and something being somebody's responsibility. Somebody doing something to you that hurt you, that did you wrong, that whatever, that's their fault. True enough. But it's your responsibility to figure out how to let that thing go, or how to let that thing stop keeping you stuck in where you are. That's your responsibility. You have to do that. Step 2, and this is not a sequence or anything. These are just steps that you can take. You decide in the order that you need to take them or whatever. So the step 2 is make mistakes. Some of us are so afraid of making mistakes that we don't do anything. You will have to make mistakes in order to discover who you are not. I'm going to say that again. You will have to make mistakes in order to discover who you are not. You have to take the action, and then the lesson comes after the action. So many of us, we want the lesson without taking the action. Third thing is to set boundaries. You've got to figure out what are the things that you will no longer agree to do, or what are the things that you will no longer choose to do because they don't feel good to you anymore. What are those things? Don't be beholden, or don't tie yourself to things that you know deep in your soul don't serve you anymore, but you are doing them because you don't want to make other people upset with you. And then my last thing, you've got to choose to live instead of just not die. Because there's a difference. There is a difference between survival and thriving. There is a difference between choosing to live fully and just not die. You have to stop living unconsciously as if you have all the time in the world, because you don't. You've got to decide that this day that you have right now is not going to be wasted. This day, you are going to choose to live as fully as you possibly can, because you don't have forever. So get yourself together. This confidence thing is a journey. It's a process. You'll never be finished. As long as you have breath, you will never be finished. And if you just look back over the past and the things that you've been through in the past, you kind of recognize this process of figuring out who you are and finding your identity. You know, you go through stages of it, right? When you were a kid, when you're a child, you look to your parents to show you who you are. They have the biggest influence on your identity. And then when you become a teenager, you look to your peers, for good and for bad, let me tell you. You look to your peers to kind of shape the self or the person that you're going to become. But when you become grown, you are going to have to decide for yourself that you are going to do the work to figure out who you are meant to be. Because I will tell you that your truest you is in there. It's your responsibility to find her.